Hello there, and welcome to today's lore video, which is all about one of the most fearsome creatures in the Star Wars universe that could even give a Rancor a run for its money, the Gundark. Now, Gundarks are large, fearsome predatory animals from the planet Vancor, and were rather well known as one of the most vicious, strong, and aggressive species in the galaxy. They have a very keen sense of hearing, and 16 claws with the temper to match. So it's no wonder that when someone tells you that you look strong enough to pull the ears off a Gundark, it actually means that you look rather healthy and strong. Which you would definitely need to be able to do it, because their ears are huge. Now, an average Gundark is between 1 and 2.5 meters tall, with 4 very powerful arms with very large ears. As mentioned earlier, they were almost as wide as their head. Their hands and feet all had opposable thumbs, and they were typically covered in short hair that was either brown or grey. Now, when it came to baby Gundarks, like humans, they were born live, with black coats of fur, but unlike humans, these guys are pretty much able to fight as soon as they are born. A newborn's black hair would lighten as it grows older, and its large bat-like ears would pretty much enlarge until puberty, which is when they would reach the width of its head. Also, when born, Gundarks only have 2 of the 4 arms that adults are seen with. The second pair would start to emerge during adolescence. Now, when it comes to the Gundark's intelligence, they don't have as much as sentient creatures, but they were just advanced enough to be able to use some very simple tools like rocks and clubs. Now, despite their show of at least some intelligence, the term Gundark brain was used a lot as an insult to someone's intelligence. And considering how the Gamorreans weren't too bright, they were probably on the receiving end of this insult many times. Gundarks lived in rather organised family units from inside hollowed out trees, or caves, and in some cases several Gundark families would often live together as a tribe, working together for survival. Their society was more matriarchal, with the oldest and most cunning female ruling the tribe, and the males built the tribal homes and defended them quite ferociously from all intruders, attacking anything and everything that entered the vicinity of the nest. Now, the females were usually the hunter-gatherers, hunting in groups using ambush tactics and acquiring the food that was needed by the tribe, and training the young Gundarks who weren't old enough to go out on their own. Also, if you think your siblings were annoying, the Gundarks had very intense sibling rivalries that more often than not would end with a fatality. The Gundarks were also highly sought after by crime lords as gladiators in their arenas, because they are considered to be one of the most dangerous and feared opponents, with their short temper and thirst for blood meaning that they didn't have to be provoked into fighting. They had such a reputation that even a battle-scarred Gundark would be the more favoured creature in most arena matches, even when put up against a Rancor. And sometimes, just to make the matches more interesting, they would quite often put Gundarks into contests blindfolded because of their especially keen senses. And because of their fearsome and unpredictable nature, trainers were encouraged to handle them with extreme caution, often using a force pike to control them, or even going so far as to assign special guard details to it. Now, when fighting, Gundarks were rarely armed, and instead had to rely on their bare hands and enormous forearm strength to overcome opponents, which was usually all that was needed since they are strong enough to smash bones with their hands. Now, much like the Krayt Dragon and other animals throughout the universe, there are several different subspecies of Gundark, like the ones from the planet Burska, which were simply referred to as the Burskan Gundark, and these ones were found to be more docile than their Vancor cousins. And there was also an unidentified green subspecies that, instead of having 2 big arms and 2 smaller arms like all the other ones, all 4 of its arms were the same size. And it also had a tail that ended in a pincer-like pair of claws, and its feet had only 2 toes, and its appearance was a bit more reptilian. And the last subspecies was the Brachian Beast Lord, which was found on the moon Lammas. It was also particularly vicious like the mainline Gundarks, but if that wasn't enough, along with its claws and strength, this one also had a rather nasty poisonous bite. Now, it's also worth noting that there are a couple more subspecies of Gundark, like the long-necked Gundark of Karzat 3 and the aquatic Gundark of Yavin 4, but these ones aren't considered to be true Gundarks. These carnivores were called Gundarks by a young scientist named Kim Kinjara, who gave them that name just because they had a very similar temperament to the Gundarks, which was vicious and surly. Now, with all that said, who do you think would win in a fight between a Gundark and a Rancor? Be sure to let me know in the comments section down below. I'll talk to you on the next one, and until then, may the Force be with you.